Welcome back to school, and in this video we start off by lesson 1 in unit 1. Lesson 1 is the digestive system. So before we get into learning the digestive system, we have to go through some introduction about our body. So the body of a living organism consists of systems, and each system consists of organs, and each organ consists of tissues, and each tissue consists of similar cells. So that means that the body of the living organism is made up of a group of systems that are working together in full harmony to keep the human alive. So we need our systems to keep us alive. And the cells are the smallest building unit of the living organism body. Everything in our body is made up of similar small tiny cells. So we can say that the cells is the smallest building unit of the living organism. Okay, so how many systems does our body have? We have the digestive system. It digests and absorbs food. It's responsible for what you eat daily. We have the respiratory system. It carries our breathing or respiration process. When you breathe in or out, this system carries out that function. Urinary system. It helps the body to get rid of harmful substances. Circulatory system. It carries out the transport function, distributes digested food and oxygen gas all over the body cells. So, circulatory system is responsible for the transport. Nervous system, which is the brain, obviously, it gives us the ability to feel, to see, to hear, to smell, and taste. And last, we have the reproductive system. It produces new individuals who look like us. Knowing that our body consists of several systems and each system carries out different function, we have to learn each system and study them well. So the first system in our schedule we're going to learn is the digestive system. What is the digestive system? Digestive system of a human body benefit us because the complex food passes through it or passes through special organs in it and go through the digestion process to become more simple. So it helps us to simplify the complex food that we eat. So it goes through a process called, yes, the digestion process. It is a process of changing or breaking down food from a complex form into simple substances to let the body benefit from them. Without the digestion process, we cannot digest the food. So again, digestion process is a process of changing food from a complex form into simple substances to let the body benefits from them. Note for you, please repeat after me when I say the definition or any difficult word for you, because in this lesson you will find some difficult words like digestion. So please repeat after me until you can pronounce it correctly. Digestion, digestion, digestion. Okay, so let's get to know the digestive system. The digestive system is made up of two parts. The first part is called the digestive canal. Consists of the mouth, stomach, pharynx, small intestine, esophagus, large intestine. This is the digestive system structure. So like I said, the digestive canal consists of the mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, and the large intestine. So let's break down each part in the digestive canal, then we are going to talk about the digestive canal supplementaries. First, we have the mouth. It is a cavity that contains teeth, tongue, and also salivary glands open to it. The mouth has 32 teeth in an adult. Each jaw has 16 teeth, divided into 4 incisors and 2 canines. The function of incisors and canines are to cut and tear food into small pieces. We have also the molars. There are 10 molars, and their function is to grind the food. So all teeth are for cutting and tearing and grinding the food to ease its swallowing, so to make its swallowing easier. Next, we have the tongue inside our mouth. It mixes the food up with the saliva inside the mouth to help in food swallowing and taste. So it is responsible for tasting food. Next and lastly, we have the salivary glands. As you can see in the video, they are 3 pairs of glands that open to the mouth. Their function is that they secrete saliva juice that contains enzymes that digest starch and change it into simple sugar. So you have to know that the digestive enzymes are digestive substances that digest food and convert it into simple substance, which is simple sugar. So generally, we can say that the functions of the mouth in the digestion are cutting and grinding the food with the teeth and digestion of starch into sugar. Next, we have the pharynx, which is a common cavity. It leads to the esophagus in the digestive system and trachea in respiratory system. Next, we have the esophagus, which is a muscular tube, and its function, it allows the food to travel from the mouth to your stomach. So it allows food to pass from pharynx to your stomach. Or you can say travel from your mouth to your stomach. Next, we have the stomach. The stomach is a muscular sac that mixes the food up by its digestive juices, which is called the gastric juice, to change it into semi-liquid substance after a few hours. Its function, it secretes gastric juice that digests protein incompletely. So it's a sac-like muscular organ. Next and most importantly is our small intestine. As you can see in the video, that is how it looks like. Its length is about 7 meters. It coils inside the abdominal cavity. And it starts with a part known as duodenum, followed by another part called ileum. The duodenum is this part at the beginning of the small intestine, in which the bile juice secreted from the liver and the pancreatic juice secreted by the pancreas are poured in. So both juices that comes out from the liver, which is called bile juice, and the juice comes out from the pancreas, which is here, are poured inside the duodenum, and it passes through the small intestine. What about the place of the ileum? So ileum is the last part of the small intestine. Ileum, in which intestinal juice secreted by the small intestine is poured in to complete the digestion of different types of food. Then it absorbs the digested food and transfers it to the blood, and this is known as the absorption process. So the absorption process, which is going to be discussed later on, occurs at the ileum or inside the ileum. So the ileum carries out the digestion of different types of food and the absorption process. Okay, so what is the absorption process? The absorption process that occurs in the small intestine is the process in which digested food is absorbed through small intestine walls, then reaches blood, which distribute it all over the body organs. So generally, the function of small intestines is to digest the food completely by the effect of bile juice, pancreatic juice, and intestinal juice. And it absorbs the digested food and transfers it to the blood. So, explaining the absorption process again, because it's an important process in our digestion process. It occurs in the small intestine, especially in the ileum. The digested food is absorbed through small nipples called villi. Villi extended from the inside of the small intestine wall. The absorbed food reaches blood that distributes the digested food all over the body organs. And as we learned, the blood transport is the function of the circulatory system. Last part of the digestive canal is the large intestine. It starts from the end of the small intestine and ends in the anus, which is located at the end of the rectum. This is the large intestine. And here is the rectum and the anus. Its functions: it absorbs water from the undigested food in rectum. So the function of rectum is to absorb the water from the food remains. And it stores the undigested food until it comes out of the body through the anus. So it basically stores the wastes, which is the food remains, then ejects them outside the body through the anus. So the anus and the rectum are the most important parts of the large intestine. So now that you have learned about the digestive canal, we have to know what are the components of the digestive canal supplementaries. They are the salivary glands that we spoke about. It's considered as a digestive canal supplementaries. Why? Because they secrete a substance that help us to chew the food and make it more simpler. The second one is the liver. The liver secretes bile juice in the duodenum, which is the first part of the small intestine. The function of the bile juice, it helps in the digestion of fats, where bile juice changes fat or oil into a fatty emulsion. So bile juice is also very important. It changes the fats or oils in our stomach into a fatty emulsion. Because we know that if we put water and oil together, they don't mix. But when we put bile juice on them, they mix together, forming a fatty emulsion. Then we have the pancreas. The pancreas is considered digestive canal supplementary because it secretes pancreatic juice in the duodenum, like we discussed, which is the first part of the small intestine. Pancreatic juice also helps in the digestion of the food. And like we said, the salivary glands, they are 3 pairs of glands that open to the mouth, and their function is secreting saliva juice that contain enzymes that digest the starch and change it into simple sugar. So bile juice breaks down fats or oil into small particles that dissolves in water, forming fatty emulsion. Now that you have learned about the digestive system and understood everything that goes in it and goes out of it, let's learn about how to keep that system, the digestive system, healthy. So how can you keep the digestive system healthy? First thing, chew the food well. Don't chew the food and talk. You have to chew the food well. Don't eat much food that contains large amounts of fats and fast meals, because like we discussed, the juice that is responsible for breaking down the fats or the oil is the bile juice. So if you ate a large amount of fats, it's not going to break down all of these fats. So you're creating a problem inside your digestive system. So prevent it by not eating these food. Avoid having food that contains flavor additive. Any colored food like you see in the picture, avoid eating it. Eat organic food without the extra color that has no meaning. Practice sports regularly. Practicing sports makes your systems active. Stay away from smoking because it causes indigestion, stomach ulcer, and duodenal ulcer. So it contains bad substances that would harm your digestive and other systems in your body. So stay away from smoking or smokers in general. Thank you for listening, and I hope you study the lesson well, and please pay attention to the pronunciation of difficult words, because starting from this lesson to the end of the unit you may have difficult words, so pay attention to the pronunciation and try to pronounce it with me.